Hello, Goddess, and welcome to this week's Thankful to Thrive Thursday. For those who may be new to my channel, my name is Rochelle Richard, and I am the founder and self-love empowerment coach here at Empowerment Experiences, where we look for and find our power all along this, which is our journey. And for, well, the majority of us on my channel here, that includes a twin flame journey, or rather, as I prefer to call it, a healing twin flames journey, because that is what we are doing. We are healing as twin flames. We are healing ourselves. We are healing our connection. We are healing the collective. We are healing this world. But all of that has to begin within. And that is what we do here. We look for and we find our power all along that which is our journey by learning to love ourself. That's what we do. With that, there was 111 right there. 111, just saying. And starting us off tonight, we'll go ahead and have a look-see at that. I actually saw that license plate, saw 111 on a few different license plates today, or this evening, shall I say, as I was coming home from my day out and about, getting the angel numbers here for us. Angel numbers. 111, I already can tell you right now, thoughts become things, twin flame awakening, being very aware of your thoughts. Right? It is time for you to transform into the true you, for you to come home to union within. Have confidence, awareness, uniqueness, one of a kind. All of these things are being brought to us by 111. This week has been a lot about shifting perspectives, really recognizing that the power is in your hands on how you perceive that which we call our reality, right? And, well, that's the thing. When I say perceive reality, is that, well, what we've been taught about ourselves, about the collective, about this world, human history, all of these things, they've all been perceptions, and really the bulk of them have been very rooted in negative perceptions, right? Looking at what's not working, right? Looking at, the things you don't like about yourself, rather than focusing on and feeding the good things. And right now, as we continue along this shift, I know this week the energies have been excruciatingly intense. A lot of moodiness, a lot of emotions, a lot of purging has been happening, where you'll be fine one moment and then the next you find you are just bawling your eyes out. And you may not always understand why. That is when you also get to hold that space for yourself. That's been something that's been coming up a lot lately as well. Because you are in a major time of transformation, not just individually and not just in your connection, but collectively. This entire planet is in the middle of this massive, great awakening, this transformation that is underway within each and every one of us. And that transformation, underlying this entire process, is the journey of you coming back to yourself, of each and every one of us coming back into our truth, so we can really be rising and thriving on each our own journeys, and in turn collectively be rising and thriving. Wow. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into the cards, shall we? I am definitely have been seeing plenty of my own perspective shifts being needed. I am so grateful and thankful and blessed that I am surrounded by such amazing goddesses, both my soul sisters in my soul family, the goddesses in my soul tribe, the clients I serve, the audience. All of you are why I show up all the time. You are my why. Because I know what it is to go from powerless to more and more empowered as I journey along. I know what it is to fully loathe myself, to believe that I deserve all those negative things, right? Because I was taught to focus on and feed all the things that were wrong, that I had messed up, especially growing up, having been taught that I was a mistake by my own mother. So you can imagine, right? By the time I was 18, by the time I graduated high school, I was literally telling people that I was a cosmic joke. It went from just being a mistake and I want to share that with you. I'm being led to share that with you, to point out what happens when you continue to feed any belief, especially a belief that isn't a good one. So I was knowing I was a mistake by my mother, even told so point blank to my face by her by the time I was 15. I remember where we were on the highway. I was 15. I hadn't been 15, but a month or two. And she literally said, well, you're a mistake. And I already had been suicidal for more than 3 years. And so what happened is I just kept feeding that I was a mistake. And before I knew it, that story, those thoughts, those beliefs that I was a mistake then compounded and expanded into the belief that I was actually a cosmic joke. And before too long, I was then found myself a pimped out prostitute after also enduring domestic abuse, rapes, gang rapes, all of that while I was in college, before I ever became a pimped out, drug addicted prostitute, right? So right now it is time to really be taking that inspired, necessary action to be bringing your life into balance, to be bringing the energies, the beliefs within you into a more balanced place. Even if you are finding, and wow, that's really what just hit me, is if you are finding that you have beliefs that you are not ready to yet affirm the positive because the negative is so cemented into you right now, and you're gonna have that resistance behind rewriting that story from completely negative to completely positive, find a middle ground. Find the story that you can tell that no longer feeds the negative, but doesn't make you have to jump across this big, huge abyss and force yourself to be believing something that is completely the opposite, albeit definitely the thing that you want to be believing. However, and I've seen this in my own journey, in myself, when I'm in a space and I don't believe what I'm speaking, I actually get an attitude about it. I will develop this little underlying attitude where I'm like, oh, I don't believe that. And there's all that resistance to it, and I'm picking it apart rather than aligning with the beliefs and the stories that I'm telling. What I'm suggesting is that instead of going all the way over there to where you're just building up more resistance, find that middle ground, that more balanced place where you can feel as though you're no longer dangling off a cliff ledge, but maybe you're just sitting on the ledge, dangling your feet kind of thing, all right? And enjoying the view, starting to see the view around you, the sunset, the colors in the sky, and for some reason I'm having this visual, and I've never been to the Grand Canyon. I've only seen pictures, even though I confess I have lived in Arizona for 20 years now. This month, it'll be 20 years on January 28th. And I've yet to go to the Grand Canyon here in Arizona. Getting there. However, the vision that I am having is akin to the Grand Canyon, where again, you're just sitting on the ledge and you start to allow yourself to see, oh, that's beautiful over there. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. And little by little, you're taking the energy that you've been feeding that negative, and rather than jumping straight over to the positive story, you're more getting off the subject completely. You're just starting to slowly lure yourself off the ledge, right? Lure yourself off the ledge and allow yourself to be where you are. Be right here and now. Be present. Be bringing, again, that energy into balance within you. Because that is, I assure you, Goddess, as someone who again was already a self-love empowerment coach before I discovered I was also a twin flame goddess, it was this opportunity of me seeing at these deeper levels how much deeper I had to go to really love myself, because I was in an amazing place when I met my divine masculine, but I was in that high vibrational space. I was aligned with that love connection, but I was in that space where I needed that deeper work to happen. I was ready for it. And you are too, or you wouldn't be where you are. Every opportunity, everything that presents itself to you, you are ready for, or it would not have come to you. You're ready for it. The only part of you that says you're not ready, or says it's too soon, or oh my God, that's too much, is the ego. In that fear space. Everything that comes around to you comes when you are ready for it. And if it's not come around yet, then you're not ready for it. And by ready, it means having your energies in balance, having that state of self-control that you've never really had before, right? But being the one who has more of the power over how you feel, what you think, what you're focusing on, what you're giving your attention to, what vibration you are emitting out into this world. Just had a moment to take a breath. So, being very aware of your thoughts, very mindful. It's time to really start taking responsibility and not letting yourself feed those thoughts that are counterintuitive, counterproductive, and just a complete antithesis to not just love as a whole, divine source love, but self-love. All right? It's time that you step into being the leader for yourself in your own life, allowing for you to step into the power of you, to show up fully as you, exactly. And that's why I love doing these, having these angel numbers join us right here, right? Transform into the true you. It's time for you to come home to union within. This is very much this card right here, this leadership card, right? You leading by example in your space and place and experience the kind of reality you would like to be experiencing. So we stop feeding the things that we no longer want to be growing in our experience. Now, that doesn't mean that it's just all going to die off right away. And this is why I say taking that massive leap over to the other side is often something that, well, it's a massive jump. And if you are still experiencing resistance, then what's really actually happening when you attempt to force yourself is that you will just be feeding more resistance as well. So it's actually counterproductive to be rewriting a story and creating affirmations and all these things that are still being still being undermined. That's the word I'm looking for. Still being undermined by your own internal beliefs, your own subconscious beliefs, your own self-sabotage. Okay, so again, it is about bit by bit by bit. It's only the ego that says, oh my God, I gotta go all the way over here. And I've even seen this recently in myself in my business, because I am stepping out into unexperienced territory for myself. And I have very much been able to see how I've been, oh my God, it's not working, da 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 da. And my coach is like, calm down. We got it. Let me explain how it works. You know, I'm always hearing Ricky Ricardo, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. Well, once it's splained, then it's like, oh, okay. This is part of that growth journey, is we take it step by step. Oh boy, I'm thinking of my lunges today. It was leg day at the gym, and after we had done the barbell and the squats and all of that, and we had to go do lunges, and I looked at my soul sister Jess, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to the other end of this. I'm just gonna be honest with you. My legs were already jello, and sure enough, it was, oh my God, it was excruciating. However, I did it. I did it to the best of my ability, and I took it one step at a time. And I made it to the end. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty, but I did it. And then next time I'll do it again, and it will be a little bit easier than it was before. And each one of those steps will be a little less painful than what they were today. And that is this journey as a whole, that we take it step by step. I'm hearing New Kids on the Block. Step by step. Ooh, baby. Gonna get to you, girl. Okay, there you go. Apparently, wow, surprise, surprise, that would definitely fall into the category as a divine masculine message for all of us. Step by step, New Kids on the Block, and I'm talking the original version back in the day. Just, hey, you know. So go check that song out for sure. Step by step, I will after this, of course. And boom, 1717 we just had on my little ticker here. And I don't know if I actually have one for 1717. I have the number, just the number 17, but not 1717. I am very intrigued to hear this one. 1717. Is telling you start relying on yourself more. Ooh, oh man, that's a good one. Time for you to live your own life. And this is definitely very big with this twin flame dynamic, but as a whole, again, your life is yours to live, right? It is not a life that someone else gets to dictate for you to live, because they're not living the life you are. That your life isn't about anybody else except you. And without you, there is no your life. This is why learning to be healthy, selfish is vital to your self-love empowerment journey. To really honor yourself, practice loving yourself, taking the inspired necessary action to bring these things into balance within yourself, so you are being that leader in your own life. You're stepping up and into your power, and just like the leadership card, right? Relying on yourself more. You're trusting yourself more. You're having confidence in yourself, right? The angel's number is 111. You're having more confidence in yourself. You're really, truly starting to believe in yourself, your worthiness, your purpose here, that you fucking matter in this world, goddess. You matter. Your very existence is evidence of your infinite worth. The fact that the universe said, I need a Rochelle, I need a Jessica, I need all these billions of unique souls having soul experiences in this realm. You exist because you are wanted here. You are important to the fabric of humanity. So, and it even says that your life will improve if you live your life the best way you know how. The best way you know for you, because again, to reiterate, nobody knows you or can ever know you as well as you can know you. Okay? Whoa! What did I say at the very beginning of this session today? 1717 is transformation and re-emergence. And this being the very first time having 1717, I'm just like, what? Right? Is frequently encountered by those going through an intense life change. And that is exactly what I was saying at the very beginning of this session today, is really, really about you in the midst of, again, still this major transformation, you coming home to union within, you returning back to you, your true self. And that involves a lot of growth. This is where you are right now. Oh my goodness, the fact that we got this transformation, 1717, a lot of growth right now. So be honing that intuition, be again connecting with your inner knowing. That's what intuition is. It's your inner knowing. And just like on this twin flame journey, there is nobody who can tell you for sure, yes or no, that is your twin flame. Nobody can tell you what is best for you. All anybody outside of you can do is offer suggestions, offer guidance, offer support. That's what I do. I am here to hold your hand when you need to, talk to you like a coach does and say, nah, suck it up, buttercup, push through the pain. They're not called growing pains for nothing, right? But you got this, and I'm here cheering you on. So are all your guides, the universe, everybody is here cheering you on. So it is time that you just have a little more patience with yourself. I know you want to get from here to there in one fell swoop. The ego does that. However, that's because the ego has that fear of running out of time. It's in a hurry all the time. I'm in a hurry to get things done. Oh, I rush until life's no fun. Now I got Alabama in my head. I'm in a hurry. All I really gotta do is live and die, but I'm... Okay. All right. So we got that little song. The soul is infinite. The soul is not in a hurry. The soul is like, I'm cruising. I'm chilling. I'm chillaxing. All right, now I got Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in my head. Boy, we got some songs popping through my mind tonight, but NKOTB, New Kids on the Block, that's the Divine Masculine card, right? Okay. And so apparently you need to listen to I'm in a Hurry by Alabama as well. So we have two songs today because it is really, truly, this is what it is to be present, to anchor into the moment. It is having patience. Being present is being patient. Because you're not in a hurry. You're not in yesterday or tomorrow. You are right here, right now. Right here, right now. Right here, right now. All right. All of my cards. We had a whole bunch of cards today. Let's see. I don't think they'll all fit on there. Almost. Close. We'll spread them out here. Okay. Next, because I've got to hear what the work your light. I love these. I do. I love my 3 sets of cards. They just work so well with each other. And I love it. I love it so much. Wow, we just had a little wild ride with that deck for a momentito. Okay, and with all of this, wow, Thankful to Thrive Thursday is literally, again, about focusing on that self-love, focusing on, bringing these energies, bringing balance within yourself. Because here's the thing too, Goddess, when you are really reaching out and longing, and it's so synchronistic that I just posted this Power of Healing Twin Flames block on my Instagram feed that talked about when you are longing for him, It's actually your soul calling you to go within. So synchronistic, because right now that's where your power, that's where your power always is. Not just right now, but especially with all my feminines on my side. For the most part, we're all experiencing, you know, the intense illusion of separation with our masculines, where they've chosen, well, they've made the choice because they have to, right? They have chosen to take this path of learning these karmic lessons, right? Paying that karmic debt, closing out these timelines. So many generational curses are being healed right now, but they have to experience it in order to finally say, enough, I will not do this anymore, right? And then be ready to be done. So now is that time to be sharing your voice, right? To be, and exactly right now, again, that transformation, you stepping truly into who you are, you coming into union within, you coming back home to yourself and speaking your truth. Knowing that, again, only you can know your truth. So as we peel these layers and we reveal who we truly are, you're being asked to express that. That is your divinity. That is your divine expression. And that's why you're here, is to be this fullest expression of yourself. And you have been training for this for lifetimes. You knew this was the lifetime that you were going to come here. And look, this is upside down, so it's really amplifying this. Where are you being called to journey to? Where is your soul asking you to go within yourself? Is it an outside place? Is it even a place that through visualization? Where is your soul calling you toward? Is it toward maybe a new hobby? Is it toward renewing a passion? Because we've had that passion card be coming up lately about focusing on what excites you. Again, focusing on what is feeding you, what you want to grow, that garden, what is nourishing you, right? Because it's this whole cyclical thing. When you grow a garden, it bears fruit, it bears, you know, right? It produces. And then that whole cycle, like the seasons, how it works. You give and then it gives. You give, it gives. You give, it gives, right? Give and receive, right? It's being clear. Takers are in a category by themselves. It is not give and take. That is something that has been achieved to separate you from your power. The misconception that it's a give and take. Take is very abrupt. There is no giving. It is just taking. It is very, cutting. It's very cutting. It's very, it can be quite hostile, right? Taking, when you take something. Versus when you are in the giving and receiving. That is the flow. Give, receive, because you don't need to take shit when you're in the give and receive flow. Don't shit need to be taken. But the key comes in is that you are practiced at giving and receiving to and from yourself. This self-love. That's why this beloved card for what comes up, because you are your true life partner. You. And in this twin flame dynamic, that is the greatest thing we're being asked to see, is to detach from the external physical of your divine masculine in his physical and anchor into the energetic within you with his 5D, his energetic self, soul self. And really be anchoring in that connection, anchoring into that power within you and within this connection. And look, another upside down card, which is the play card. Have fun, celebrate, don't be too serious, because right now you're being a little too serious, goddess. You're not allowing yourself to have fun. You're not allowing yourself to feel the wonder and the amazing and the good in this life. Even this afternoon, I was, playing with my little love bug, and And her mama was in. She's such a great cook. She was in there making something, and I was keeping the love bug entertained. And we're two Geminis, so my little love bug, she's 2.5, and she's a Gemini like me. So we're so on the same page. Just I'm 42 and she's 2, and I could hear her mom talking to their roommate, saying, "Oh yeah, Rochelle and Jalen, they're just so on the same page. They're two Geminis." So I can totally, we speak each other's language. It's so beautiful and perfect. So we were just in her imagination world and playing, and it's so not organized, yet there is a flow to it. To just be in the moment and just allow for yourself to play. I am so grateful. And again, on this Thankful to Thrive Thursday, I am so thankful that I am so blessed that I have 2 amazing children under the age of 5 in my life that I didn't have to birth. But I love them and would give my life for them. A 4.5-year-old and a 2.5-year-old. And so I get to, every week now, I get to have this opportunity to play with both of them. So that's what we're being asked, Goddess, is to play more. Right? Because I admit, even in those times, there's a whole lot of thinking going on. And it's like, no, come into the moment now. Bring your attention, bring your focus into balance, bring your energy into balance. Be present. Be right here. And then there was just the 111 below again at the bottom, because here on my little ticker, there's that little number there, and I just happened to glance and see it was 111 also. Again, what are you feeding? Because what you're feeding is what grows. And I know I talk about this so much because it is so vital to the self-love empowerment journey. And of course, then equally vital to the twin flame journey, because a twin flame journey is a self-love empowerment journey on steroids, I do like to say, because oh my goodness, is it ever, right? So with that, we have the New Kids on the Block from the Divine Masculine, Step by Step. And I feel very much, with reflecting on that song, having grown up way back in the day with that song, for the most part, I think it was just before middle school. And it's really truly what's coming through with regards to the step-by-step song is that each of us, each the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, we have to take each our own steps, step by step, and step by step we're making our way back to each other in the physical. However, we have to take each our own separate paths because we each have our own power to reclaim. And as we have reclaimed that power via healing major wounds, letting go of horrible stories, detrimental stories, self-sabotaging stories to both ourselves and the connection, then we step by step make our way back together, step by step. Ooh, baby, gonna get to you, girl. That's about all the parts I know. So I'm really, really excited about hearing that. And look, 3333, and I have to share with you that I literally just saw 3333 right before I started recording this video. So let's check that right quick before we flip this card over. 1717, 3333, which I do have. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Growing pains. Look, what did I just say? Growing pains. That's where we are. Growing pains, right? It's like I was explaining to one of my clients right now is that the attachment to our Divine Masculine in the physical, our 3D ego attachment, is akin to a drug addiction. I mean, I am so grateful that I have the life experience that I do because I have such profound and amazing reference points, stories, analogies, visualizations that I can provide for my clients, for my audience, to say, oh, well, it's akin to this. All right. And so it very much is akin to a drug addiction with your divine masculine. And you then will go through withdrawal periods, withdrawal symptoms when you really truly begin this detachment process. Because again, I am that person where I will never tell you something is easy. I ain't sugarcoating shit because I don't like that done to me. However, I will tell you that it's simple. It's so simple. We just detach. Just let go. Okay. The implementation of it, not so easy. Okay. So we have be aware of the evil forces that seek to dim your light. Again, right here, coming out of the cave, that persecution, right? We've been healing the persecution wound as divine feminines because of what happened to, well, they called them witches, but they were women back in the day, burned at the stakes and such. So right now, with what is happening with the psychological operation being underway, with mass psychosis underway in the populace, we have such persecution happening towards the freedom fighters, the ones who are willing to go against the narrative and say, no, this is not right. And I'm choosing to, instead of listening to the government, I'm going to listen to my intuition, which is my connection to source. Government is not God. I repeat, the government, not any government, is God. Nope. And it's time that humanity is taking back its power from these evil forces. Oh my goodness, humor and spontaneity, right there with the play card. Oh my goodness, right there with the play card. Don't be too serious. Don't be too serious. All right. So, humor, be spontaneous. Right? When someone calls you up and say, hey, let's go grab a cup of coffee. Hey, let's go do this. And you, at first, you want to be like, no, I think I'm just going to sit at home and do nothing. Really? Get off your ass and go be spontaneous. Because that's where magic happens. That's where miracles happen, is in that unknown space. If you constantly stay in what is known, there are no miracles and magic that's unfolding. Those are experiences that are new and therefore outside of your comfort zone. So you yourself have to be stepping out of that comfort zone. It is an act of love to break free of the bondage of familiarity, of the things, these programs, these sabotages, these stories that again keep you in this space of believing you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you don't deserve it, that it'll never work out for you, you'll never be together, whatever your story is that has you dangling off the edge of the cliff, right? So with that, we have this divine masculine message here that, remember, the messages that come through with me from the divine masculine is really not about where they are specifically. However, at the same time, understanding the mirroring that happens within the twin flame connection, that this is this reflection being mirrored to you in the connection right now from the divine masculine. This is that message. So we have, oh my gosh, card number 1, knowledge. The knowing that is already within you. And that's why it is so important to be coming back home to your truth, to be coming back home to you, to come into union within. Because the knowing within you is only a knowing that you possess. Your gifts are only gifts that you can share with the world. Your truth is only your truth that only you can share with the world. So it's really time for you to allow yourself to, first and foremost, anchor into your knowing and your connection. To let that go and stop feeding any doubts about it. Because I know the physical looks fucked up. It does. I get it. I'm not going to sugarcoat. With the feminines that I am working with, we are the ones that our divine masculines are off doing their thing. They chose to go left instead of right. And we're like, oh, okay, now what do I do with myself, right? Well, we heal. We rise and thrive. That's what we fucking do. We anchor into each our own knowing. We trust the connection. We trust and surrender and say yes, that no matter where we're going in the right direction. We're being brought step by step by step back to each other into this union. However, we needed to come together and split apart and come together and split apart and have these opportunities, these challenging moments to be revealed to us what needs to be healed, what traumas and wounds that we need to go, ooh, we are not infecting our connection with this shit anymore. It's time to let that shit go. It's time to let that shit go. So I am feeling perhaps another card or such from the, ooh, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Step by step to new beginnings. And looky here, card number 1, card number 10. 0 amplifies whatever number it is with. All right. So know that new beginnings are underway. New beginnings are happening now. In fact, yeah, new beginnings. I'm looking here. Let's see here. Transformation and re-emergence. I knew there was, again, what 1717 had to say. Transformation, which is indicative of new beginnings. You're stepping into someone new. You're stepping into a new and more liberated version of yourself. A more empowered version of yourself. It drives me nuts when we say new and improved, but it's like, really? You're already the bomb at being you anyway. It's just time that you allow yourself to really be you and show up in the world fully as you. That is really, truly the greatest act of self-love you could ever do, is to allow yourself to be fully you, fully expressed, and not give a flying fuck what anybody else has to say, think, or do about you. That they need to be focusing on their shit and mind their own business and stay the fuck out of yours. One of my favorite things to say is none ya. None ya business. That's what it is to anybody else about you and your journey and your twin flame journey and all of these things. This is why I created the free goddess tribe on Telegram, is so you can connect with other goddesses who understand very well, just like myself, what it is to speak about this twin flame connection to someone who has no idea what you're talking about and does not then understand the dynamics of it, such as the empath and energy vampirism, dance that we do in the connection, because the connection is mission based. It is about rewriting the templates of humanity that are contradictive to the human spirit, to unconditional love. So everything is going to really be weaseling its way into the connection that we've got to look at. And empaths, and in particular narcissism, right? Because narcissism is so much a part of the human collective, right? So we've got to heal that, because both parties are empaths. And I dive into this. I finally added this. It's about to be updated in my sequence. So everybody who is signed up for my checklist challenge and giveaway, it's a whole big beautiful union of the checklist and challenge with a little blanket of a giveaway to encourage you to, follow through with those accountability activities, to actually do the challenge activities. All right, so you can create these changes in your life and really begin to step into your power at a greater level by creating this foundation, by bringing balance within yourself, by creating balance within yourself. All right, so I have added to the confirmation checklist the empaths and energy vampirism, reference and what that looks like. So I've added more. I actually just added 5 more pages, I think, to it. There's just so much when I wanted to, again, make sure I covered everything, because there's so much more to self-love empowerment and to twin flame empowerment on this journey. It is my intention to provide you with as much information, as much of a foundation to start you with, because I know that implementation, that's the kicker there. Accountability, that's the kicker there. There's a plethora of information available to all of us at any given time. But it's this little puppy here that gets most all of us, and why we will procrastinate, stay in the same place. Because it's time to take that necessary, inspired action to be bringing this balance into yourself, and in yourself and in your connection, and just in your life and in the collective, all levels of it. All right. Oh my goodness, I love this. I love this. So again, remember, Goddess, it is time to be bringing that balance, and bit by bit, you don't need to rewrite your story from here all the way over here. Don't set yourself up from the very beginning for it to, crumble beneath your feet. It is about building that solid foundation. And so that means step by step by step. The very much the thing with the twin flame connection is it has to happen step by step by step. If both parties are not truly aligned and ready, it cannot happen, and it will not happen. Now keep that in mind, both parties. So while he's out doing what he needs to be doing, you've got yours. You've got yours. And that's something that in my Empowered with Rochelle All Access Pass, I've got you covered, sister. I have currently 3 video courses from Empowering Empaths that you better believe incorporates the twin flame perspective in that, the twin flame dynamic. I have my Rise and Thrive Power Starter program, my Manifesting with Self-Love Rise and Thrive Power Starter, which is the introduction to this whole Pegasus Power program that I incorporate in EWR through the group sessions and such. And then there's my Creative Clarity Journaling course that also now included with your 6-month commitment to the EWR All Access Pass. You get not only lifetime access to the 3 video courses, but you also now receive a full Creative Clarity Journaling kit, which includes a journal, ribbons, scissors, journal prompts. It includes the glue and essential oils, my 2 of my favorites to have. Just this whole toolkit to be empowering you. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. And then we have monthly, multiple monthly group sessions, multiple yearly manifesting moon sessions we do together, vision board experiences. You have full access, and I 1717 again on that bottom. We're really getting these things amplified here. But then also you have, of course, access to every goddess party, which every goddess party is free anyway. Right? And then of course you get the replays for all of the group sessions. We have a private Telegram group where you can discuss anything and everything in any of the video courses, any of the group sessions we do. It's that closed yet safe container to be fully open and vulnerable. Again, to really allow for yourself to receive the support, to give this to yourself so you can allow for yourself to receive it. It is this thing, like even I'm about to make another investment in myself in terms of working with because I'm more vegetarian. I can eat meat on occasion, but it has to be like a bite of it. Like I can taste something, but my body is not made for being a meat eater. I am very much more of a plant-based diet, and I've learned that about myself. So with that, I'm looking at investing in a little bit more professional support in terms of creating and understanding more about my dietary needs to really truly empower my body the way it's asking to be empowered, right? So it's really, again, listening to that intuition, tuning into you, bringing things into balance. This is what I'm definitely doing, right? Leading by example, recognizing that it is imperative that you invest in yourself. Actually invest in yourself. And it's more, the money is at the bottom of the list. I want you to understand this. Anymore, yeah, I look at the cost, but I look at the value more importantly. I look at the energetic investment that it's going to be, the time, the attention, the focus, and then I look at the money. It's again, and I just published a video on my YouTube about cost versus value and really being able to see that. All right, so you can learn more about my Empowered with Rochelle All Access Pass. And I'm super stoked now to be including the kit. And it's just this whole, again, and that's with the 6-month pay in full, or of course the 12-month. I highly encourage a 6-month commitment because number one, let me just point out, for example, it is almost 2 years we've been in this shit show now. And I'm saying it like that. Almost 2 years. Let's just say 6 months. You're gonna fly right by. It's gonna fly right by. And you get a better deal when you invest in a 6-month versus month to month. All right. So with that, goddess, wow. I appreciate you so much. I'm truly, truly so grateful for you. I would love to hear a few things for which you are grateful today, especially about yourself. What are your top 3 things for which you are most grateful about yourself? Drop that down below. I would love to hear. I would love to celebrate you. I would love to, send love your way and love on you and cheer for you in the way that is uniquely you. Because you're here to be uniquely you. And with that, I remind you that the power to do that, the power to show up fully you in this world, the fullest expression, that power, it is in your hands. Because it has always been inside you. Namaste.